You're hurt? No, don't be hurt, but we're just saying how much fun we have with everybody. Chef Bill feels slighted.
He didn't burn himself.
He didn't burn himself. So,
Not
your
yet.
Thanksgiving meal, the most stressful part just might be the gravy, but it doesn't have to be. Chef Bill Collins has got the answers. But first, shall we take a call from Linda?
Actually, can we hold off on Linda for just a moment? Only
Okay.
because I've got the pan exactly ready. Linda, you'll have to wait just a brief
sorry,
moment.
Linda.
Sorry, but it's live TV,
Your
Linda.
call is important to us.
It really
Please
is.
hold.
Yeah, while people get right back to you. Because all the bits that are stuck in the bottom of the pan, that is pure flavor. And after you've poured everything out from the pan, you want to put it on a very high heat. And you see the sizzling because you want to get that stuff in your gravy. So I've got it straddling 2 burners, and you're going to hear a sizzle. And that stuff will just come right up. And see how it
that's
scrapes
a good
right up?
sound.
And you're going to put that right into, this is going to go right into the gravy. So,
That just sounds delicious.
and it smells like Thanksgiving.
It smells good.
So I'm sorry, and I interrupted. So Linda has a very important question. I just want to get this
No,
one
but
step
this is
done out of the way.
perfect
Hey,
temperature.
Linda, thanks for holding. How can we help you?
Hi, I had heard that you could keep hot items such as mashed potato or squash heated in plastic bags inside of a cooler. And I wanted to know if that was true.
No. The answer is yes, you can, but no, you don't want to.
Why?
And here's why. Because when you take something warm and you put it in a cooler environment, what's going to happen is it's going to stay in the wrong, warmer, not quite hot temperature for too long. And so bacteria can build up. You're better off to cool it down and then heat it up a short time before you need it, whether go in the oven or stovetop. But having said that, don't feel crazed and rushed and compelled to heat it up on a high heat 2 minutes beforehand.
Okay.
Set aside a little bit of time and you'll be all set. But you don't want to take hot things and put them in a cool environment, even if it's in the refrigerator, because that can also warm up the other things in the fridge. So that's why you want to cool it down to room temperature first and then chill it, or keep it warm, but not the in-between thing of the cooler.
Okay.
Hey, thanks, Linda.
Thank you,
Thank
Linda.
you.
You know, Chef Bill, someone else told me once that if you have, like a to-go, like a Tupperware container, and you put something in it that's hot and close it, and the steam builds up top, that condensation that's on the top of the lid can build bacteria up there, too.
The whole thing, you're just a breeding ground for bacteria. So that's why a lot of people say, well, my grandmother always made turkey. She put it in the oven at 200 degrees the night before and nobody died. Well, nobody died that you know of.
Nobody died yet.
So, so if you do have limited space, if it is a reheating thing, just we mentioned earlier, I think it was to Michelle, is you carve it earlier and then heat it back up. But if you carve it up, if you have limited space in your fridge, it'll take up smaller areas. Put it in separate small Ziploc bags and then heat it all up together. So you can actually, it's easier to cool a carved up turkey than the whole turkey.
And if you missed that segment, you can go to our website, mymassappeal.com later today. It'll be on there.
And there's
Yes.
also a web
Great
exclusive
insight.
there, a in-depth way to cut your turkey. So you got to check out our website today. But Chef Bill,
Back to
shall we
gravy.
make some gravy?
Back to the gravy. So what we've done
Yes.
is we've
Thank you,
done this.
Linda, by the way.
Yes. Thank you, Linda. So what we've done is, this is called deglazing, getting all the stuck bits in the bottom of the pan, because that's pure flavor. So what I've done was I've already poured everything out from the turkey, all the turkey pan drippings, and this was just the stuff that was stuck. So what I'm going to do is I am going to, Ashley, if I can ask you
Yes.
to take, actually, I'm going to
I
put
just said
this
yes
right
before
here.
I knew what you were going to ask me. That wasn't good.
No, you're so nice. Actually, I can do it right there, and that's because you're so accommodating.
Smells so good.
And so I'm going to, if you can take this spatula and just scrape everything from in here, because sometimes with such a big pan it does take.
Oh, I gotcha. I
Yeah.
gotcha.
You scrape. Meanwhile, I'll take another call. Who do we have on the line next? Kathy?
Hi, Kathy.
Hi, Kathy.
Hi.
They're a little busy. Lay your question on me, and I'll relay it to them.
There you go. Thank you, Ashley.
Okay.
Perfect.
We got
The
this.
question is, if you buy a frozen turkey,
Yes.
weighs 15 pounds, when should you take it out to defrost to cook for Thanksgiving?
They say you need probably for 15-pound turkey, probably about 3 days. So hopefully, if it's not out yet, take it out right now. That
Okay.
doesn't mean you have to wait until Friday to celebrate your Thanksgiving, but it will be mostly thawed. So just keep an eye on it. And when we had an earlier call about putting a tent over it, over the turkey, it's going to take a little bit longer if it's still partially frozen. So what you want to do is just kind of monitor it, make sure you're basting it well so it'll keep it moist, and it will cook. It'll just take a little bit longer.
Okay. So I should take it out now and let it sit in the refrigerator.
I'm sorry, you beat me to it. You don't want to thaw it out on the countertop. You do want to thaw it out safely in the refrigerator. Absolutely.
Correct.
Good luck.
Thank you
All right,
very
well,
much.
so hang up the phone and take that turkey out of the
Yes,
freezer.
run to the fridge right now.
Thank you.
Not a minute to lose. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So how
Happy
do we finish
Thanksgiving.
up this gravy?
So now here's what we're going to do. I'm going to move this pan, and I'm going to put this right over here.
So we scraped all the
We scrape all the
good
all the
bits.
leftover
good
bits out of the
That's
pan.
what
Juicy
they're
bits.
called.
Yep, and now we're going to put this right on top here,
Okay.
because what happens is the reason you want all the pan drippings in there and you don't want just to use turkey stock is it'll just taste like soup. And all the drippings from the pan and the stock are what's going to give you its flavor. So what I've done is I brought it, I'm bringing it back up to a simmer. And then we're going to check the flavor. And once that's done, we can actually then pour it through a strainer, because a lot of people like to have all these thick bits and turkey bits in there. So it's entirely up to you how you want to do that.
Ooh, that's not for me. That skews me out a little bit.
So now, well, that's okay. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to be adding a mixture, it's called a slurry, of flour and water. And this, in just about like a minute and a half, is going to start thickening it. And I see it's already darkened it a bit.
It's called a slurry?
It's called a slurry.
Wow, I never heard of that before.
And you can do it either with flour and water or cornstarch and water. Flour works best just because it gives it a bit more body, but a nicer look. Cornstarch will give it a kind of a glassy look, like in Chinese food. There's a lot of cornstarch in Chinese food. And so this will come up to a simmer, and it's going to thicken, and you'll have, then you just adjust it with salt and pepper, and you'll have your gravy. And you can strain it however you want to do it, and you're ready to go. And look at all that gravy. That's enough for that bird plus leftovers.
That's what you want. You want to have enough for the bird and for the next day. And
Absolutely.
the day after. And the day
And
after.
then after that.
Absolutely.
Well, thanks, Chef Bill. This has been great answering all these questions. When we come back, we're going to put our whole meal together and enjoy with proper etiquette, too.
Proper
Stay
etiquette.
tuned.
Don't go anywhere.